Hi, Rosario. Good evening.
Good evening, Miss.
How was everything?
Oh, it was fine. And you?
It was fine. It was a quiet day.
Okay.
So, yes, it was great. I'm a little bit because tomorrow we're on Monday again. So I will. Oh, I guess the next week. The next week is going to be holiday on Monday because it's a workers' day. But I'm not sure. I get it on Sunday. So
yeah, but if the holiday it's in Sunday, I think the holiday passed with the Monday. I think I didn't know if it's Sunday or Monday, but I hope that it will be more holiday.
yes, I hope there will be a holiday on Monday. So yes, I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. I heard some comments about, but yes, I'm not really sure. But I'm going to let you know if there is not going to be classes on next Monday. Okay,
Okay, thanks, Miss.
that's cool. So we're going to finish with this module and okay. So you send me a message to the chat.
What?
Yes. Did you send me a message? And then I read recently in the meeting chat, but I didn't.
Okay. So for the bank?
Yes, I just read it.
Okay.
So okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, that's cool. So now we're going to talk. I didn't like that lesson when I was learning this lesson. It was a little bit confusing for me, right? When I was at school, it was like, no, what is this? But then it's not difficult, and it is about indefinite pronouns. So let's listen the audio first.
Okay.
Hi, we have something important to talk about today. Of course, everything we talk about is important. Today's lesson is about indefinite pronouns, like something and everything. They're very common in English, and no one can really speak English without them. Let's learn more about indefinite pronouns. Is everybody ready?
Okay, so we have something, everything, no one, everybody. We have kind of it's a variety of pronouns that we have. Okay, let's start by the title. When we say indefinite, right? It could be for those nouns. Okay, for those nouns that we don't know or we don't want to mention. Okay, so that's the reason of why it is called indefinite, because we don't know, or maybe we don't want to say, we don't want to mention it. Okay, so we have it kind of, as I told you, we have lots of. For example, we have those that end in those pronouns, indefinite pronouns that ends in body, somebody, anybody, nobody, everybody. Okay, we have those pronouns that ends in one, someone, anyone. I remember that I used to pronounce this word like anyone, but no, it doesn't exist, right? When I was a teenager, I used to pronounce like anyone, no, but it doesn't exist, right? It is anyone, no one, and everyone. We have those indefinite pronouns that end think, something, anything, nothing, everything. And then we have those pronouns, indefinite pronouns that end in where, somewhere, anywhere, nowhere, and everywhere. Okay, so we have in total we have 4, 8, 16. Yes, 16 indefinite pronouns, right? So we're going to, it's very easy, right? As we have lots of it, sometimes it gets a little bit confusing, but we're going to see part by part. So let's listen the first audio.
We use indefinite pronouns when we are talking about people and things that we don't name. Sometimes we don't know exactly which person or thing we are talking about, and sometimes we don't want to name the person or thing yet.
Someone's in big trouble.
In the example, someone means a person. We can also use somebody. The meaning is the same.
Okay, that's a different, this is a curious example. It's not part of the lesson, but notice this. We don't name, instead of saying we don't mention, name is the noun, okay, but we use it as a verb. No sé si recuerdas, el otro día habíamos hablado de estos nombres que a veces trabajan como verbos, es el caso de name. We don't name, okay. Podríamos decir we don't mention, but name is a noun. Write your name and your last name, please, in the upper part of your page, for example. But we actually use name as a verb, though. Okay, we don't name. That's a curious one. And this is what I talked about when we don't want to mention it. Okay, or sometimes we don't know. So you have to. You don't want to mention it, or you don't know. Okay.
Okay.
So we, in this case, we have someone, and someone, and as it ends in one, so we refer to a person, okay, indefinite person. Okay, so someone is in big trouble. Okay, I know. So let's suppose I know that I am the receptionist. Okay, but I don't want to mention it. Okay. So I'm going to say in a sarcastic way, someone is in big trouble. Or I'm going to say it in loud, and I'm going to say, someone is in big trouble, but I already know who is this person. Okay. But I don't want to mention it, the person yet. So as you can see, in this case, someone and somebody is the same. There is no difference in meaning. Okay. So if I'm going to say, somebody is in big trouble, indefinite pronoun. Someone is in big trouble, indefinite pronoun. In both cases, I'm talking, it refers to a person. Okay?
Okay, but so in the second point, for example, if there is difference about everyone and somewhere, the meaning is different.
In which one, sorry?
In the point two, for example, as you said, someone and somebody is the same. Someone and everyone is the same. I'm not sure about the meaning of everyone.
Okay, we're going to everyone. Okay, we're going to talk. First of all, we're going to finish with point number one, and I'm going to explain you what is the difference, the subtle difference between among everyone, no one, anyone, and someone. Okay, but
Okay.
In this case, right, it doesn't apply someone. So I'm sorry, somebody. Why? Because it's the same. Okay, so are synonyms. So we're just going to omit it. So you have the option to use someone or somebody. But yes, there is a subtle difference between someone, anybody, nobody, and everybody. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's continue with the next point.
We form indefinite pronouns with some, any, no, and every.
Okay, so let's continue. I guess we have this in point number 3 because this is only the beginning, okay? This is like the base of the word. We're going to talk about the structure. So you can take somebody, some word, something, okay? And then, so some, any, no, and every, okay, is like the base of the indefinite pronouns. So then you have the option to combine it. If it's a person, one. If it's a thing, you're going to just write it like that, thing, something, right?
Okay.
Everything is a place, is some word, for example, right? So this is like the base that all of our indefinite pronouns are going to take. Okay, let's start with some. In this case, we're going to talk about somebody something, somewhere, just with
Let
some,
me.
okay? I'm sorry?
Okay. Okay. So we will explain about the every in the next, right?
Yes, about
Okay.
something, all the list, all the columns, something, somewhere. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I thought that the explain it was in the second point, no in the next point. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
No, don't worry. We're going to go step by step. Well, I mean, with the base per base. Okay.
Okay.
So let's listen the audio and let's take a view to the examples.
We use indefinite pronouns with some in affirmative sentences. Something happened at the office today.
Somebody brought in a tape.
We also use indefinite pronouns with some in questions when we think that the answer is yes.
Are you going to yell at somebody?
Yes. In the example, the receptionist has a reason to think that Talia is going to yell. We also use indefinite pronouns with some when we make an offer or make a request.
Would you like something to eat?
No, thanks. But could I have something to drink?
Okay, so let's start with some. Let's remember we have someone, somebody, something, and somewhere. Okay, so those are indefinite pronouns and they function in a similar way to some. So this is the base. So we're going to use them in affirmative clauses and in questions expecting a particular answer. Okay, so we can use them to refer to both general and specific. Could be people or things, right? So we use them with a singular verb. For example, we are going to start with someone. I guess we don't have it. Okay, we have in the second one. For if I'm going to say, I know someone who gives piano lessons, right? So I'm talking about a specific person, right? I know someone who gives piano lessons. It is a specific person. Or if I'm going to say, somebody has obviously made a mistake, okay? There is a subtle difference, right? It's notable, right? La diferencia entre somebody and someone es un poco tal vez, en algunos casos pasa desapercibida, pero es importante saber porque si hay una pequeña diferencia y es específica y la otra es en general. For example, if I'm going to say, I know someone, yes, I know someone who gives piano lessons, okay? So this is a specific person. I'm using the verb in third person, right? Because it's in, I'm talking, for example, if I'm going to replace this, I know Patricia who gives piano lessons, okay? So it is a specific person. There is a specific person. In this case, it's Patricia, the teacher Patricia, for example. Okay, or let's take a view to the other one, that it's somebody. Let's take a view. I'm going to say somebody has obviously made, let me see. Okay, so in this case, it's a general one, okay? So that could be the subtle difference. It's like we don't know who was the person, okay? So that could be the subtle difference where you're going to choose if you're going to use, decide if you're going to decide by using someone or somebody. Someone is a little bit more specific than somebody, okay? Someone is like a specific one, and somebody is like a general one. In most of the cases when we use somebody, we don't know exactly who was the person who did the mistake in this case, okay? So, cuando utilizamos someone, es específicamente a la persona, es decir, que ya puedo saber quién es. Es casi 100% seguro que ya sé quién es, pero no quiero mencionar a diferencia de somebody, es un poco más general. Es decir, que no sé, no estoy tan segura de quién ha sido la persona que cometió un error. Específico, ¿ok? Y esto es un poco más general. Because I really don't know, ¿ok? But as I told you before, in some, well, most of the times it is like, how can I explain this part? A veces pasa desapercibido en realidad el significado de someone is somebody, por eso es que se dice que es lo mismo, puedes decir que son casi lo mismo, pero decimos casi porque si someone es un poco más específico, porque conozco, pero no quiero decirlo, y somebody es un poco más general, es decir, que no estoy tan segura o en su defecto desconozco de la persona. But if you decide, for example, using somebody instead of someone or vice versa, it's okay. This is just like an extra information that it's good to know. So, do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, thank you. So let's continue with something that it was first. For example, can you hear something? Okay. So there is no more explanation in this case. Okay. This is something. Okay. We're going to use something to express the thing that could be specific or general, okay? A specific that I maybe know, or in general that I don't know, right? When we're going to talk about an object, about the thing, can you hear something? Because I can't, right? I don't know if my microphone is not working, so can you hear something? No, I can't, for example, right? So it refers to the sound, right? Can you hear the sound? Okay, can you hear something? So as you can see, you can replace by the noun instead of using an indefinite pronoun. Can you hear the sound? Or can you hear something? Okay, so both are okay. So yes, there's no more explanation about something because we only have one usage of it. And then we have, in the example in person, we have something happened at the office today. Okay, so I have two options that I don't want to mention it, right? I don't know. And it could be specific or general. En el caso de something es amplio el contexto, puede ser de que sea específico o general, no hay ningún problema, da totalmente lo mismo. ¿Qué es lo que tal vez se quiera dar a entender? Porque se puede ser interpretado como específico o general. But some is for affirmative one. In general, some, something, someone, somebody, it's in general one, okay? In affirmative sentences, sorry, right? Cuando vamos a utilizar some, la base some, utilizamos para oraciones afirmativas. También podemos utilizar para preguntas y para to make an offer or make a request. Okay, so you have four such of it. Affirmative ones, questions, for in some cases we want to make an offer, make a request. So in total you have four. Something that there's in common in this usage is that all of them are in affirmative one. Somebody brought in a tape. Okay, this is part of the video. The other day, one of my students asked me, what is this context? But I couldn't, so we had to watch the video and they talk about a recording or something like that. So it is part of the video. So you need to watch the video first to get the context. And somebody in questions. Are you going to yell? Okay, yell is like, do you know the meaning of yell, sorry?
What? I didn't understand the last part.
Do you know the meaning of yell?
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's gritar, right?
Yes, you get it. Okay. Right. So, okay, what else can we say? Okay, yes. We're going to continue with, well, in this case, I guess we don't have it. No, we don't have. And we have the other one, and it is somewhere, okay? For example, there was no mistaking the smell burning. There was a fire. There was a fire somewhere. Okay, so it smells like something is burning, but there was no mistaking the smell. So there was a fire somewhere. Notice it is an affirmative sentence. There was a fire somewhere. I really don't know where, but I can recognize because of the smell. Okay, so it is burning. So as you can see, I don't know. Okay, I don't know where is burning. Okay, the word was burning in this case. So you have the option to use it, but in the context is that it's an affirmative sentence, and then I don't know. Okay, it's an indefinite pronoun. So then, what else can we talk about this? Yes, I guess that's everything. I'm trying to remember what else do we need to know about some. Okay, so something that it's important though is that we often use plural pronoun, okay, and they to refer back to singular. Or for example, never judge someone by the way they look, okay, or I can say never judge someone by the way he or she looks, okay. Cuando hablamos en tercera persona, si es tercera persona, lo combinamos en tercera persona. Never judge someone by the way he or she looks, or I can combine these two subjects, he or she, they, ¿ok? En lugar de decir él o ella, puedo decir ellos directamente, entonces tendría que modificar mi verbo look. Never judge someone by the way they look, ¿ok? So let's take a look. Never judge someone by the way they look. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, so in this case, we have the sentence where we have the verb look. So you can use someone, okay, someone in this case refers to the plural one, okay. En este caso, someone trabaja con el plural, ellos. Pero también puede trabajar con she or he, okay. Para singular, tercera persona, puede trabajar en realidad con cualquier pronombre, siempre y cuando pueda conjugar mi verbo de la manera correcta. Es decir, si estoy hablando de they, utilizaré look sin agregar una S. But if I'm going to replace it by using she or he, so I'm going to write the verb in as it corresponds, okay? She or he looks, okay? So we often use the plural noun, they, to refer back to singular, okay? And someone or somebody when we don't know if the person is male or female in this case. También hacer referencia a masculino, femenino, no hay ningún problema. So, yes, that could be. So we learned how to use the base of some, okay? How to conjugate if it's in plural, in singular, male and female. And in other words, when we talk about male and female, there is no difference. It's very harsh, so we can conjugate it with in many ways, okay? It doesn't care if I talk in female, if it refers to female or male, in singular or plural. The only thing that I don't have to forget is that the verb needs to go in its correct time tense. She or he looks, they look. Okay?
Okay. So it's
Is there
only
any-
depends. Yeah. So in summary, it's only depends with the conjugation of the verb, right? Because someone, it doesn't change.
Yes. It is like the pronoun, okay, can work with all the forms, okay. When I say all the forms, singular, plural, female or male, it doesn't change. But if it's the case, okay, if they're going to say singular or plural, so then you need to change the verb instead of the indefinite pronoun, because we don't have an indefinite pronoun for plural, indefinite plural, pronoun for singular, okay. No tenemos pronombre indefinido para plural, singular, masculino, femenino, es decir, solo un pronombre trabaja con los cuatro, con los cuatro objetos. Entonces, lo único que hay que tener en cuenta es que sí, claro, si estoy hablando en tercera persona, entonces conjugaré mi verbo en tercera persona. No cambio el indefinite pronoun.
Okay.
Porque está definido. Entonces, no sé, pero sí que puedo cambiar el verbo. ¿Ok? Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. Thanks, Miss.
All right, don't worry. So let's continue with the use of any.
We use indefinite pronouns with any in negative statements.
There isn't anyone here by that name. I don't know anything about soccer.
We also use indefinite pronouns with any in questions when we don't know the answer.
Is there anyone here named Jackie Baker?
Do you remember anything about the game?
Okay. Any works with the negative statements and questions. So we have two usage of it. Let's remember anyone, anybody, anything, anywhere, okay? In the four ones are in negative ones, okay? La particularidad de any es negativa. Some afirmativa, any negativa.
Okay.
Then in some we have a four usage of the indefinite pronoun. En some teníamos cuatro usos del pronombre, pero en any solo tenemos dos, ¿ok? Para negativas y para preguntas. So there isn't anyone here by that name, okay? I don't know anything about soccer. And notice that we are using the negative, okay, right? We're using the negative, isn't, don't, but we are also using this one, okay, the indefinite pronoun. Como solamente es un pronombre indefinido, ok, no quiere decir que ya de por sí sea, signifique negación, no. Es decir, cuando yo voy a formular alguna negación, tengo que poner tal cual la negación. En este caso, there isn't, y ya, ahí como requiero, mi contexto requiere un pronombre indefinido, entonces utilizaré any en cualquiera de sus cuatro formas, pero no es como el otro día, the other day I had one student, and he told me, teacher, but it's like never, right? When we use, do you remember where we use never, we
Yeah.
don't have to use a negative one? It is not the case,
Yeah.
okay? In this case, when we use indefinite pronoun, and I'm going to use specifically any, so it requires the negative, okay? It is not like anyone is a negative by itself. No. It needs support, okay? So there isn't anyone, I don't know anything, and then. So we are going to need the negative form in the sentence. So if I have that, if I have the negative form in the sentence, so then it's appropriate to use the indefinite pronoun. You were aware of it's four ways. So for example, anybody is welcome to join. There aren't any rules, okay? Let's check that example. What is that? Okay, anybody is welcome welcome to join. There aren't, there aren't any rules. Okay. So when we use, we use anyone, anybody, and anything to refer to both an open, unlimited set of things or people in a specific things, right? So we use them with singular verbs. For example, in questions, if I want to make a question, I'm going to say, has anyone got a dictionary? Okay. Or if it's a sentence, anybody's welcome to join. There aren't any rules. Okay. Can I do anything to help? I don't know anybody who speaks Portuguese. Okay. So as you can see in those examples I gave, I only use the negative and the question. Okay. Anybody's welcome to join. There aren't any rules. Okay, so notice that I have the negative one, the verb to be negatively. Anybody's welcome to join. There aren't any rules. Okay. Nadie. Okay. Puede ser,
Okay.
en castellano utilizamos nada, nadie o ningún. Ok. Ese sería tal vez el significado próximo a en. Nadie, anybody, anyone. Okay. Nada, anything, and we have the other one for ningún lado, okay? So that could be maybe the most near translation. There isn't anyone, by the name, okay. In questions, right, we're going to use indefinite pronouns with any in questions when we don't know the answer, okay? Cuando no sabemos la respuesta, por eso es pregunta, porque queremos saber, hacemos la pregunta para tener respuesta. Cuando no sepamos, es un no redundante, es decir, desconozco, no sé absolutamente nada del tema. Utilizamos any. Is there anyone here named Jake Baker? Do you remember anything about the name? We don't use the negative in questions, ¿ok? No utilizamos la negación en pregunta. Claro que si se podría, dependiendo del contexto, no es como una regla, entonces sí se podría depender del contexto, pero usualmente, la mayoría del tiempo utilizamos sin la negación, porque recordemos que no sabemos la respuesta, ¿ok? Entonces no puedo negar si no sé algo. So, it depends on the context, by the way. So yes, I guess that will be everything. What else can we say? Okay, so then we often use a plural pronoun. Okay, what is a plural pronoun? They. Okay, to refer back to singular anyone where we don't know if the person is male or female. For example, if I'm going to say, if anyone would like further information about dogs, they should call it canine rescue, okay, on 1111 and then, okay. So in this case, the same as if anyone would like, the example I gave, okay, is the same as the other one, okay, is the same as the use of some. En realidad no hay diferencia, es decir, any no tiene ninguna preferencia, se utiliza con todos de la misma manera, singular, plural, masculino, femenino, ¿ok? Lo único que hay que tener en cuenta es que el verbo esté bien conjugado. ¿Ok? Do you get it?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
All right.
So it doesn't matter, right? The conjugation, because it is the same with any, with some, with no one. There isn't the problem in coming. The problem is not the indefinite pronoun, right? It's like the conjugation with the verb, but it doesn't matter what happened with the verb tense, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly, right? That's exactly the purpose of it. Yes, that could be right. So the only thing that you have to take care is at the moment that where you're going to conjugate the verb, right? If it's the subject and the verb. It's part of the structure, right? Lo único que hay que tomar en cuenta es el verbo. Después no me interesa mucho si hablamos en singular, plural, masculino, femenino, okay? So yes, that
Okay.
could be. Do you get it? Is there another question maybe?
No, miss, it's okay.
Ok. También, si bien any es negativa, ok, hay casos en los que se puede utilizar como afirmativa solo si el significado va a ser cualquiera, ok.
Mhm.
Cualquiera, pues, there was a citation about it. Well, I'm going to take the example I gave you. If anyone would like further information about the task, cualquiera que quisiera obtener más información acerca de los perros, ¿ok? Siempre y cuando el significado sea cualquiera. Si es nadie, ninguno, en ningún lugar, es negación, ¿ok?
No,
Entonces, una vez.
I don't get it.
Ok. Cuando hablamos de traducción, ¿ok?
Mhm.
En realidad de cualquier indefinite pronoun que contenga any, ¿ok? En sus 4 formas. Si es negación, si en mi oración incluye la negación, mejor dicho, va a significar nadie, ningún, ¿ok? Nadie, anyone, ¿ok? Anything, how could it be the translation? Ninguno, ¿ok? Ningún lugar, anywhere, ¿ok? Pero solo aplica si en tu oración va a haber la negación. Si no hay negación, ¿ok? Puedo decir, you can go to the party with anybody. Anybody you want. So my question is, do you think this is a negative sentence? Or the context, how could it be?
Yeah, it's more like a comment, right? So you can go to a party with anybody you want. It's like, yeah, the sense is more for positive way, I think.
Yes.
It's not,
Exactly.
yeah, it's not negative at all.
Exactly. When you want to say, va a sonar un poco, I don't know how it's going to sound, but different what we learned, pero en este caso, si yo quiero expresar cualquiera puede ir, quien sea puede ir a la fiesta, puedo utilizar anybody, porque tiene 2 traducciones, ¿ok? Nadie o puede ser cualquiera, ¿ok? Entonces, no es que solo sea sí o sí para negativas. Generalmente sí se usa para negativas, ¿ok? Pero también nos dice que se puede utilizar para afirmaciones, oraciones afirmativas, siempre y cuando tenga el significado de cualquiera. En cualquier lugar, en cualquier cosa, puedes ir con cualquier persona, ¿ok? Puedes vestir cualquier vestimenta, ¿ok? And then you can wear anything you like. So, as you can see, it has an affirmative context. It has an affirmative meaning. Okay, so it is very huge. The meaning of it is this indefinite pronoun is very huge. Okay, so lo único que tal vez sí podría recomendar es en cuanto a la negativa. No te vas a olvidar de que si utilizas la negativa, ¿ok? Si en tu oración existe una negación, ¿ok? Not, automáticamente va con any, ¿ok? Y ya verás utilizar si es persona, anybody, anyone, si es objeto, anything. Si es algún lugar, some, anywhere, okay? So yes, that could be. And the other one that we use in questions that it's the structure of it is very simple, okay? So we just add the indefinite pronoun as the same way that we do in Spanish, okay? Alguien, okay? Do you remember anything? ¿Recuerdas algo? Okay. So, esto de los indefinite pronouns es sumamente amplio, puede tener el significado de acorde al contexto, y no siempre es el preciso, pero como damos el significado más cercano, solemos cambiar a veces las palabras, es por eso que no todas las traducciones van a sonar lo mismo. Y yo, maybe me as a translator, right, I'm going to translate in my way, but maybe you have a classmate that is going to translate something in a different way. So the point here is, unless, as soon as it is understood by others, it's okay. So it's very hard, the meaning of indefinite pronouns. As you've seen, especially with any, has many meanings. It has lots of meanings. Okay, but it depends if it's negative, if it's an affirmative one, if you have a negative in your sentence, and then. Okay, do you get it?
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Thanks, Miss.
Okay, don't worry. So let's continue.
We use indefinite pronouns with no when the verb is affirmative, but the meaning of the sentence is negative.
There is no one in the office at the moment.
This sentence means the same as, there isn't anyone in the office at the moment. Notice that we write no one as two words.
Okay, this indefinite pronoun, no, no one, nowhere, nobody, no one, okay? We're going to use it when the verb is affirmative one, okay? Y esta es la gran diferencia con el no. No es un no redundante. Es decir que, como ya te envías una negación, no necesito de otra negación en mi verbo to be o en mi auxiliar. Veíamos en el caso de I don't know. ¿Ok? Pero, entonces esto viene siendo una oración afirmativa, es decir, el verbo es afirmativo. ¿Ok? There is I. ¿Ok? Pero si es la negación, no hay, entonces utilizaré el indefinite pronoun anyone. ¿Ok? So we're going to use no when the verb is affirmative. There is. ¿Ok? But the meaning of the sentence is negative. ¿Ok? So it sounds like contradictory information, but it is what it is. I had one teacher who he always uses this phrase. So take care. So please take care because it's like a lot of information. So we sometimes get confused. But when you're going to find, or when you want to use no one, okay, there was no one, okay, notice that there was no one in the room. So we don't have classes today, okay, there was no one. There was, it's an affirmative one. Was the verb to be in the past, it's an affirmative verb, but my indefinite pronoun is negative, so the meaning is negative. It's the same as, there was no one in the meeting, right? There wasn't anyone in the meeting. Okay, ambos significados, ambas oraciones tienen el mismo significado, pero con diferente estructura. Si utilizo no, el verbo tiene que estar en afirmación. Ok, puedes tener cualquier tipo de verbo al principio, pero el significado es negativo. Ok. Y en este caso podríamos asociarlo con never, right? Never trabaja de la misma manera. Si tenemos never, el verbo tiene que estar en afirmativo, pero el significado es negativo. Ok. Como esto ya es negación, es innecesario agregar otra negación. No sucede lo mismo con anyone. Si tengo en mi verbo negación, para soporte necesito el indefinite pronoun en negación. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it, Miss.
And notice, okay, that no one, it is, we're going to write it in 2 words, okay? It's not together. It doesn't go together. It goes apart, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's continue. And okay, and this is what I explained, right? This is what I explained at the beginning, but eso es lo que he estado recalcando en cada punto. I didn't remember that we have a point about that, but so let's listen anyway.
Indefinite pronouns always take singular verbs, even when they refer to more than one person or thing.
There are 10 people in my office, and everybody loves soccer.
In formal speech and writing, we also use singular pronouns and possessive adjectives with indefinite pronouns.
Everybody on the team knows what he has to do.
Everybody knows her assignment.
When a group includes both males and females, we use he or she and his or her in formal speech and writing.
Everyone must hand in his or her test before leaving the classroom.
In conversation and informal writing, we usually use indefinite pronouns with they or their.
Everyone in our class handed in their tests before leaving the classroom.
Okay, this is what I explained you. And en realidad no interesa en qué persona se habla, ¿ok? Y siempre vas a escuchar algún indefinite pronoun, ¿ok? Pero siempre toma la forma singular del verbo, ¿ok? For example, there are 10 people in my office and everybody loves soccer. And claro que puede variar en algunos casos en un inglés informal, en así straight English. In some cases it changes, right? But we have to take care, even if we talk, notice this example, in formal speech and writing, we also use singular pronouns. Okay, so everybody on the team knows what he has to do, okay? Everybody knows her assignment. When a group includes both male and females, we use he or she. Cuando a veces queremos especificar el grupo de personas, podemos hacer he or her. No hay ningún problema. So, unless we're using, unless we use the modals, so yes, we have to write it into the base form, okay? Everyone must hand, everybody can take, everyone, everybody, I can also use, everybody should wear mask, for example, okay? And in conversation and in formal writing, we usually use indefinite pronouns with they or they. Everyone in our class handed their test. Y no, la verdad es de que no, es un punto que, well, this is a point where, in my personal opinion, is like unnecessary, right? Because we actually use they, right? And the same happens in Spanish. Está muy normalizado utilizar, incluye a ambos sexos, femenino y masculino, y decimos ellos. Ellos son los presentadores de televisión, right? Pero no digo ellos y ellas son los presentadores de la televisión. Entonces, it's better if we directly using one, I mean, everything in one. So it's more easy, it's more directly, but finally, as I always say, it's up to you. Which one are you going to decide to use? Yes, what else can we say? Do you have any question maybe?
No, Miss, the last part, it's kind of I don't know, blurry or kind of weird,
Yes.
but yeah, I think it takes
Yes,
time
yes,
to understand.
yes, it is. I think the same because it's unnecessary for me. But you know, there are some people and they always think that we have to separate. I mean, his or her, right? Instead of saying there, it's better for me to say there, right? Because it's more easy, it's directly, and then. So yes, yes. But it's weird, but well, it's part of the of learning. Okay. So,
Okay.
but as I always say, it's up to you. Which one are you going to use? Where it's better for you, where it's more comfortable for you, is going to be a great option. So the thing is that needs to be well constructed. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's cool. Is there any question maybe?
No, miss. I
Is
think
there-
it's okay. The not everything. The last part, it's kind of as I said, it's kind of blurry, but I have to think about it. So tomorrow, if I had any question about that part.
Okay.
But
In this
the
in this
other
part,
part is, yeah, in this last part, yeah.
okay, in conversation and informal writing, we usually use indefinite pronouns with they or they. Everyone in our class handed in their test before leaving the classroom. Hace referencia que en el inglés informal, okay, cuando utilizamos los pronombres, en este caso, el pronombre de they, el subject pronoun of they, it's their. Ok, es su de ellos, ok. Entonces,
Okay.
everyone in our class handed in their tests before leaving the classroom was supposed to be in should we use indefinite pronouns with they? Oh, yes, they sometimes, okay, replaced by their using they, ok. Eso es muy informal, sin embargo, no se utiliza su de ellos, directamente se dice ellos, ¿ok? Pero es en un inglés demasiado informal. A eso hace referencia, es decir, que no, no se diferencia, ¿ok? Porque es informal justamente. Let's take a view to this, for example, everyone must hand in his or her test before leaving the classroom, ¿ok? Esto es formal. Todo el mundo debe levantar la mano. ¿Cómo podríamos traducir? Todo el mundo debe levantar su mano. Bueno, vamos a separar. Varón es su mano, mujer es su mano, porque claro, en castellano solo tenemos un significado que es su, y eso es todo. Pero en inglés es su de ella, su de él, ¿ok?
No, it's
Entonces,
kind more of todos deben levantar la mano en
exacto,
su
todas.
or,
Ah, claro, sí, sí.
claro.
Todos y todas, exactamente,
Ajá.
sí, sí. Ajá. Todos o todas deben levantar, ese es formal. Pero para hacerlo de una manera más directa e informal, entre comillas, decimos, todo el mundo debe levantar sus manos y eso es todo. Ya hasta ahí murió. ¿Ok? Pero sí, es básicamente eso. ¿Ok? And I don't know if you get it.
Yeah, but if, for example, if we change there with they, it's correct, right? So everyone in our class handed
Well,
in they test. Is it correct?
It's incorrect. It's incorrect. Está totalmente mal. Pero como un inglés, como te digo, como un inglés callejero, como un inglés mal hablado, sí hay quienes usan, ¿ok? Pero no los recomiendo. Prefiero decirles que no se usen, no usen
Yeah, omit.
esa manera. Pues claro, porque
Yeah.
va en contra de las normas, va en contra de lo que habíamos aprendido, ¿no?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can use it.
Uh-huh.
It's okay, but it's incorrect. Okay. Si se puede utilizar, sí se puede utilizar en un inglés muy callejero, es decir, es el inglés adaptado y mal hablado, que no siguen la gramática, pero justamente porque tenemos reglas, debemos seguirlas al momento de aprender un idioma, está súper mal. No se debería utilizar. ¿Ok? Do you get it?
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Now I get it. It got me confused, really, that part of the over there. So yeah, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like,
now I get it.
yes, I didn't understand, or I couldn't find exactly meaning for it, right?
Yeah.
Until you told me that it was like todos and todos y todas, right? So yes, that could be, but I'm not really sure, right? Because I let me remember. I didn't listen one of my professors using, or one person in general using todos y todas. Maybe at school could be, yes, but then no. We prefer to use it as a general one. Okay, there, and that's all. That could be everything. It's more easy, more practice. Okay,
Yeah.
but yes, even though it's up to you which one are you going to use. But remember that it's more formal using his or her. Okay,
Okay. Thanks, Miss.
do you get it now?
Yeah, I get it now.
Okay, it was a little bit confusing the last part, but if you have maybe another question, just let me know. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Miss. What a patient.
Yes, yes, it was. It is right, but we don't have to forget the rules. And if we follow the rules, we are going to have a great English, a great spoken English. So thank you for your attention, Rosario. Thank you for accepting the time and the day to reschedule everything. So we finish with the last week classes, and I'm going to see you tomorrow at the same hour. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Miss.
All right. So do you have any question, maybe?
No, Miss. It's okay. Thanks.
I'm going to bring you some exercises by tomorrow because tomorrow lesson is not that difficult. Let me check. It's a short one. So I'm going to bring you some exercises. I'm going to send you the Google Doc where you're going to choose which one is the best option, and then we're going to see in what part do we have problems. Okay?
Okay. Thanks, Miss.
Oh, no, give me a second. No. Tomorrow's lesson is about past continuous. Oh, no, yes, because we already seen the past continuous, right?
Past continuous. No, I think it's
reading.
only the past perfect and simple past.
Oh, no, we're not going to have time. Let me see if I can bring you the exercises by tomorrow, because we have this week, we're going to look by past continuous with when, models of permission. I guess on Wednesday we can do it, models of permission, because it is a short one. Yes, we're going to do it on Wednesday, but please try to remember that part, right? Because I always forget it. So tomorrow we're going to establish it, and yes, that will be everything. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Miss.
Okay. Thank you, Rosario. Have a great night. Have a good Monday, and I'm going to see you tomorrow, right?
Está bien. Thanks, Miss. Good evening. Oh, good night.
Sorry.
Good night.
Good evening is like good evening is like hi, and good night is like bye. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
good
it's
night.
good night, right? Okay. Good.